I will choose policy every day of the week over who my partners are in terms of being able to achieve it.
So let's talk a little bit more about the policy. Again, Ayelet Shaked as Interior Minister has ruffled many feathers, created arguably great controversy in the last couple of months in attempts to expel Ukrainians out of Israel back to the war zone of Ukraine, to remove asylum status from Congolese and send them back to war zone and danger in Congo. As an immigrant yourself, who just admittedly spoke about efforts to absorb people into the Jewish state, how do you feel about that?
Look, Ayelet Shaked has the same policy that we've seen with the majority of the interior ministers going back to the foundation of the state, which is understanding
but that's saying the status quo. I mean, as interior minister, she had an opportunity to change things.
We had an agreement when we formed this government that we were going to stick to the status quo on all of the big, hot, controversy type issues. The stuff that I worked on was specifically being able to bring those that are eligible through the law of return into the state of Israel as citizens, as Jews, as we're able to go ahead and do so. It's true, the right of return, which is an Israeli law, which is unique to Israel, only allows citizenship for those that are at least considered a quarter Jewish, based on, again, whether it's on the father or mother's side. But this wasn't
even. But in the cases that I brought up, it's not necessarily for permanent status.
Correct. You're talking about issues that have to do with being able to be here, whether it's residency or even temporary refugee status, which goes to the interior minister. And I'm going through back to the point where we agreed when we founded this government that on those hot button issues, such as the Palestinian state, which unfortunately Prime Minister Lapid has chosen to go ahead and speak on behalf of that issue, even though in the coalition agreements we said that we would not be speaking about that issue. So again, we actually lived up, and I can tell you that from the inside, Prime Minister Bennett, when he was Prime Minister, made sure to go ahead and restrain whoever was necessary within his half of the government, whether it was the Yamina Party, whether it was the New Hope Party, of Gideon Sa'ar, to make sure that we lived up to all of our written agreements. Unfortunately, the other side of the government has not been able to go ahead and do so.